and I don't know, I can't really see the wreck.
Then it can mean that we're gonna be here for a very long time.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna park my brakes and go in the back, watch a movie.
Oh, actually, it's right up ahead. I see it's on the curve side. Yeah, there's a fire engine. So despite all the obstacles, I arrived in Sudbury, or rather Lively, Ontario. And this is a cat dealer. And it's so cold, you know. And the worst part is that the trailer was covered in mud, and it's still liquid mud, you know. So all that stuff gets on your gloves and it goes right through, you know. And it's minus 18 Celsius or 0 F. So when you have wet gloves, you can imagine what's happening with your fingers. So I kept the truck running. So this is recorded by the Papago 520 dash cam in my truck. And every 5 or 10 minutes I had to run inside the truck and just to warm up myself. And it took a while to take off all the chains. Like I was doing it step by step. First I took all the chains off, I ran to the truck. Then I wound all the binders into the closed position, otherwise they're too big. I ran back to the truck. Then I took off all the oversized load signs and my flags. I ran back to the truck. And now here you see the final stage where I got to this huge cat loader I never drove before in my entire life. The guy just gave me a brief lesson, showed me how to operate it. Just 2 minutes, right? And I unlocked the articulation bracket, but I know from experience that you cannot touch the steering, because this thing actually does not have any steering wheel. It steers by articulating, you know. So the whole body goes either left or right in the middle. And I was really afraid, to fall off the trailer. So I just kept that joystick, the left joystick. If you go left or right, that's the articulation. So I only use the little yellow clip, which is forward and backward, like the speed, and then you can choose the gear, like first, second, third. And the right joystick controls the bucket. And first I hit it in the wrong direction because I saw the front of the loader went into the sky. What the heck? So I was pushing the bucket into my trailer. So alright. So I reversed the position of the joystick and now you see the bucket go up in the air. And surprisingly, the machine started okay, despite very cold temperatures. It might help that I turned off the master switch to conserve the battery power. Alright, here we go. Because of course, you know, I don't want to drag the bucket on my trailer, right? And I could not see anything. Like, in minus 18 Celsius, forgive me, but I just didn't feel like cleaning the windows. Like, the front window was okay, but the window facing backwards towards the front of the trailer, it was all covered in again, not just frozen mud, but the worst of all, it was still liquid mud, because, you know, of all the salt on the road. And here you see I'm going, so I'm just not touching any controls like steering. I'm just going really slowly backwards, you know, basically blind. I'm just looking forward just to see that the center of the bucket stays in the middle of the trailer. And I'm crawling at 0.5 kilometers per hour backwards. You know, this was a bit scary, you know. There's nobody around. I'm in the middle of nowhere, some lively Ontario, 2 light years away from civilization. And I'm operating this 58,000 pound loader. And this was a tricky part. When I felt that the rear wheels were on the ramp, but you know, it has a clutch. All you gotta do is just push in the clutch pedal and it pretty much stops. And so you can just really control how easy, you know, it goes off. So as you can see, I was very gentle with the rear axle, but with the front axle it didn't work that way. I guess I just wanted to get off the trailer. I was kind of tired of driving at that, you know, slow speed. And then I stopped here because I saw some pickup trucks behind me, you know. All of a sudden I see some pickup trucks with the snow plows, and I just saw them from my window. So I was trying to get out, open the door, but I couldn't lift that support. Like on the left, you know, it's removable, kind of like, you know, what do you call it? Like in the pickup truck, in the middle between the seats, there's like a little table. So this thing has the same thing on the left from the driver. So under your left hand, and that's where the joystick is. And there's a flip, and if you pull that flip, that whole section is supposed to go up. So I couldn't flip it up. And then I looked out the window. I saw the pickup truck guys were just sitting in one truck talking. I guess they were just taking some time off. So I said, screw this, and I started driving. And as you can see here, so that's how this machine steers. Like, it's really weird. The body basically splits in two, and it's not easy, because all you do is you use your left hand on the joystick, and the slightest movement to one side causes the machine to start articulating. So you'll see here how it's jerking a little bit, because I just couldn't find the point where it's going straight, you know. You see, it goes like left and right, left and right. Like, I don't know how these guys drive these machines all day. But yeah, this was quite an experience. Huge loader, and there was a whole bunch of snow inside that bucket. So I tried to do something about it, but it wouldn't dislodge. It's all frozen in there. So I said, forget it. I'll just drop the bucket and park it there. And that's it. Nobody signed my bill of lading. So I just wrote left at the gate on the bill of lading, and I signed it myself and locked the key inside with my second key. And all I had to do now was just put all my chains and binders inside the trailer compartments so that I can hook back to the trailer and leave this dreadful Arctic place. I really need to get some gloves, you know, with like fur inside and some kind of a material on the outside that doesn't get wet, like rubber, because these regular fabric gloves, they're no use. You know, I already have tips of my fingers. I already have my skin peeling off, believe it or not, because the tips of the fingers were pretty much like frostbitten, you know. So this is no joke, you know. So you can really leave a part of your body with your load if you're not careful.